Traveling to Belgium and France is good simply because the world knows that their soccer's at the forefront in terms of quality, technique. I think they do an outrageous job with player development. All of the games that we had, we learned, including the first game where we just learned what it's like to be a family at a club, how appreciative the people are of the club itself, the fans, the people, the young athletes, and the families who are involved. The value for id2 with traveling to cities that we've selected and places that we go is, I think it's great for our kids to see a different view. I think it's great for them to see what other cities look like. I think it's wonderful that they're able to see how other people live and maybe compare that to what they have at home.
The cultural things are really important to take back, just how organized everyone is.
I enjoyed the aspect of each of the academies having their own facilities and training their own kids. It came as a shock to me how an academy can host teams from the own U9 level all the way up to professionals and still train them in schools.
In Europe, everything's like old, kind of. Like in the US, it's like everything's modern.
It's very different than the US.
I thought the PSG game was a great experience for the boys. We got to see Mbappe play, so that was really fun.
It's wonderful that they're exposed to all of these things, and I think it's important for us as a country to learn more about other cultures and appreciate all the cultures and what they have.
You have to like embrace the moment. Like, it's not every day you get to play against PSG or tour Paris, so like it's a big opportunity to come here.
At this age, the cultural piece and kind of that personality piece to help them just grow as people, that's what's going to really help them in the future when they're in an uncomfortable environment where they're trying to earn a position or they find themselves trying out for a national team or playing with a professional club.
The players get to immerse themselves in an environment that they're not used to. I think a lot of these players have ambitions to go on to another level. Maybe it's the DA, maybe it's the youth national team, maybe it's professional. These are the type of environments that catapult players into that reality. It's a very tough environment from the football standpoint, the soccer standpoint, but like the old saying says, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So I think id2, we play a huge role in the whole development of soccer. This program actually tries to isolate players that are just before the first age group that are identified for the national team. So a lot of these players will experience their first international competition and even travel for the first time.
Here they were pushed in every game, in every situation. And you know, one of the things we're looking for are players that are able to get through 90 minutes, or in these cases 75 minutes of a really hard game, and get through it and still be able to concentrate and perform technically and do what's needed to win games.
That one little X factor that could change a player forever to push them on to the next level. And being able to identify some of those players pre-national team, I think is very important, not only for our country and for the development of those players, so that they can get a sense of what that environment will be like if they were to carry on to the next level into the U15 national team.
Normally when I go to like different places, because I'm from Hawaii, normally when I go to the mainland, everyone's bigger, everyone's faster. But coming to Europe, I thought they would all be bigger and faster, but it's kind of the opposite. They're all smaller, except they're more technical, and they're faster with the ball.
So for them to see how important it is with the speed of play that they have good technique, and then at the same time that they start to pick up some of the concepts with their understanding of the game, especially when we have to adjust tactically, and the physical demand as well. So there's the physical piece is pretty tough for some of our kids because they're not in this type of environment where it's so competitive, you know, week in and week out in their club environment. Where they're competing for positions. So I think that's a big piece for these kids to pick up on.
It's really important to take back and be more technical so you can take what you learned here and just be a lot better when you come back and raise that level.
It's been a great experience, I think, for the players. You know, we've obviously been to 2 professional clubs here in France, and something that we wanted to expose the players to, so they can see what a professional environment's like here in Europe. And the experience in these games has been outstanding because we've grown in such a short amount of time, you know, just within the games that we've played so far.
Overall, the trip was an amazing experience. It was one that I won't forget. Most of all, we became a really good family. At times, everybody couldn't stop laughing, and it was just really enjoyable to travel everywhere and play with these boys.
There's a lot of value to this program.
To come together in a short amount of time as a team, and I think that's the piece that we're probably most happy with, because they really did become a team at the end, and that's what it's all about. So hopefully they can take that with them to their environment back home and become better teammates and start to really reach a higher level for their own development.
The trip was really fun. We worked there was lots of communication between everybody. Everybody had a good time. Nobody was fighting with each other. Everybody was just one big family.
And just like everyone on the team has worked very hard. So like if you want to come here, you have to put in the work.